Hello, welcome to the Trade Game channel. This is Daniel. It is January the 30th, and we are going to talk about trading cryptocurrency. To be more specific, we're going to talk about the recent price action and history of XRP and what I think perhaps might happen with this cryptocurrency. Now, none of this is financial advice, mind you. This is just my chart analysis and sort of speculation on this and other currencies. So XRP has had a rather good last couple of months following the election last year. We've had a big movement upwards in price and the value of XRP. And more recently, we've seen a couple of patterns emerge. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that when price movement happens very suddenly, it creates inefficiencies in the market. And so the areas in these green bars here where price exploration didn't really occur, as is normal when markets move gradually, can kind of, or it's not unusual for them to be sort of revisited by the market. And so it would not surprise me terribly if XRP was kind of going to be due for a swing to the downside at some point in the next few weeks, because it's had quite a rally recently. And just looking at my oscillator here, my oscillator here is indicating that there's significant change happening with the white pluses being lit up, but not giving any short signals yet on the weekly. And the Heikinashi's got big fat bars on it here, suggesting that we may be kind of close to the apex of this upwards movement. Although that's just sort of perfunctory, real quick kind of look using these very basic indicators on TradingView. Indicators, I'll remind you, don't really give you any new information. They just give you an overlay that can kind of help you interpret the information that's already on the chart. So, following our big pump here, we had a sort of a wedge pattern forming. And this wedge broke to the upside here. And what's interesting, it shows great strength, is that it broke to the upside without really doing much of a sweep down. Often when wedges are broken and they're about to move up and do price exploration into a new higher area, they'll do kind of one last sweep down and then go up. But Ripple didn't do this. XRP didn't do this. There's been some talk in the U.S. of this being something the U.S. might start to hold as a strategic reserve or as a strategic currency. And so if there's a new governmental buyer for this currency, then that could easily drive price way up on this thing. But also, it looks like a lot of banks in some countries are starting to hold XRP, and so hold or use XRP. So this currency potentially has quite a bright future for it ahead. That being said, that doesn't mean that it isn't perhaps going to swing back down for a little bit. I have a couple of bots running on this one, and they're both doing just fine in their grids, in the green zone here. But yeah, so in the more recent kind of sense of things, um, we seem to have a bit of a flag forming, and we're kind of forming a bias towards the downside here. But it, as much as this thing is setting lower lows as it goes down, I'll tell you what, this is a really long downwards wick right here, and this candle ended green. So, I mean, that's a very, very bullish indication here. It really kind of came down and fulfilled all of um, the needs to do price exploration liquidity from this move to the upside. Um, Gosh, I don't know. I've been thinking about closing my long positions on this and then letting it fall down and start new ones or start new bots rather, uh, as I typically open bots rather than long and short positions. Um, so kind of what I'm saying is that XRP kind of should be due for more of a swing to the downside. It's on the weekly. It really looks like it needs to come down and satisfy some of these areas um, that did not really get the normal level of price exploration. Um, but it's in terms of what's been happening in the news for this currency lately. I mean, it's nothing but good news for this guy. Which kind of makes me think that it might be a good time to think about taking some profit. Um, but yeah, that's those are my thoughts right now on daily. There's not really. Um, I can't give you a really good, strong feeling for like which direction we might be moving with this one. Uh, we sure did find a lot of support recently, but we are also setting lower lows as we go here. Um, yeah. So as much as it would be interesting to see this come up and try to challenge this upper line of resistance, uh, at least on the hourly, I mean it seems to have come up. I have found support, found a lot of support. Mm, and set a little bit here. So yeah, I mean we set a higher low here. So this may be a generally so the overall sort of like hourly movement here does appear to be bullish. It does look like we're going up. Um, but how long that's going to hold out, I'm a little bit skeptical as we've been setting progressively lower lows as this thing goes on. Um, but at least for the time being, this to me looks like the range in which we're trading with XRP. The question is more, are we going to break to the downside or to the upside? Um, just sort of looking at the weekly, I mean, it looks like we kind of need to break to the downside at some point if we're going to satisfy that market inefficiency. But that doesn't always happen. You don't necessarily have to do it, or we may do it. We may come down and do price exploration around that price point a year from now or something. You never know. Um, but yeah. So those are my thoughts on XRP, at least for now. Please, guys, thank you. So this is the Trade Game channel, and this is Daniel. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please leave any questions, comments, any thoughts you might have about XRP or any other cryptocurrency related thing in the comments. God be with you. Please be good to each other, and I will talk to you later.